In this video, I'll show you how to use the Connect in Model Review tool. First, you go to the Connect ribbon, and from button number 3 here, you go to Tools and then In Model Review. So in the In Model Review, if you select any beam, the beam data will be shown here, like the piece mark number, the section size, elevation, number of studs, etc. On the start end connection, you have the connection information, like the connection code, the bolt diameter, type, and the reactions, and the other information also for the other end. The open current drawing, this will open the corresponding PDF drawing for this selected beam. If I click on open current drawing, it will open the beam here. This is a beam drawing. Next to the connection, there is also open next to it. So if you click on open, this will open the connect calculation, because it is a connect connection like this. If the beam has a non-connect connection, like this end here, this beam has a JS, if you click on open, it will open the corresponding sketch. Now the question is how you define the path for those folders. So let's say you receive the shop drawings and the sketches, and you place them somewhere in the server or somewhere on your local drive. So you need to map the location of those folders in order for the in-model review to open the files correctly. To do this, you go to button number 3 from Tools, from Settings. And in the settings here, you define your file location for the PDF shop drawings and also for the sketches. Based on that location, Connect will search for the shop drawing and for the sketch based on the name exactly. Okay. Next, here we have the approval, the in-model review comments. So let's say I'll go to this beam here. You will find EUR tab page, connection engineer, and question. So this page is for the EUR to type their comments. So let's say you first type the name of the person who's approved date, and then the comment itself. So let's say this is approved as it is, or like that. So you say you have the buttons here, either no exception taken, proceed as noted, revise and resubmit, or ready for issue. So let's say no exception taken. So once you highlight it as no exception taken, the color automatically becomes green of the beam, and that comment or approved status is added to that beam itself. For this one, for example, I can say change bolt diameter, for example, and proceed as noted. This one maybe add missing connection, revise and resubmit. So now you can add multiple comments. The next step page for connection engineer is exactly the same. So if the model is also, you get comments from the connection engineer. So the connection engineer can also type their comments here. So let's say the connection engineer is going to type another comment like use shear blade and proceed as noted. So in this case, you have two comments under this member, one comment from the EUR and one comment from the connection engineer. You notice here the worst case is the EUR comment, revise and resubmit. So when you select the member, you know the worst case is the EUR. The last page is for a question. So let's say if someone wants to ask a question, like for example, what type of connection to use and what are the loads. Assuming this is a question, you can add to the member, so a question is now added here. So whenever you click on that beam, you know, like it has an EUR comment, it has a connection engineer comment, and it has a question here as well. Okay, so the next thing also about question is that you can add an image. So simply, if you click on add, you browse for a file and it will add an image next to the question. All right, so assuming like the EUR is working on their model, not the shared model, like local model, and the connection engineer is working on another model, and they both give you comments and you want to import both of their comments. And you don't want to override each comment to override each other. So you go to Tools, Import, in Model Review, Import and Export. And from here, let's say that I'll talk first about the export. So if the EUR wants to export their questions, so they can uncheck the connection engineer checkboxes and then select the members or for full model and then export. So this will create an XML file and you save your file. And now let's say you want to import the EUR comments. You can go to browse and choose a file. And then here by default, the connection engineer checkboxes are ticked off because they were not already exported. When you import, this will bring back the EUR comments. If the export format has both of them, like when you exported the comments, it includes both the EUR and the connection engineer, and when you browse for the file, here it has both comments, then you can choose what to import and what to not to import. So if I want to import only the EUR comments, I will go to check the EUR comments only and then click on import. This list here will show me how many comments and what are they, and if there are questions. So there are 3 beams with questions and one of them has image. You click on continue and your data have been imported to the model, and then you can color code the model based on the status of the EUR or the connection engineer as you want, and so on. So that is basically how to use the in-model review from start to finish, how to review the data, how to add comments, add questions, and also how to export and import. One more thing also to mention is the Get reports or the CSV report. So the purpose of this is to get the comments in the model in a report format, all of them. So if I say get data for the full model, like this will scan the model and will show all the data. So if I want to sort by the approval status, like this, those ones have approval status from EUR. If I want to sort by connection engineer approval status, so there is only one beam with connection engineer approval. So here you can sort based on this, and also you can filter. So let's say you want to show only proceed as noted. So you go to column number 3 here and you type proceed and then apply filter. So it will show the status that have this proceed. So if I say proceed as noted and apply filter, it will show like this. If I want to filter based on a comment that has a bold, for example, so I can remove this and filter based on column 4 that filter on the comment that has bold. So there are 3 items with bold question issues. On the filter here, you can select the row and then you say select parts in the model. So this will select this part in the model. If I want to remove the filter and maybe export all to CSV, if you want it in a CSV format, then you can export to CSV. So this is the last thing about the in-model review. That's it, and thank you for watching.